Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ain binti Muhammad Julai. My matrix number is 2019276116. My class is EC110 This is a video for mini project ECG263. Introduction. Students are required to conduct the experiment about water content determination using air drying method, particle density using cyanometer bottle method, particle size grading and texture using dry sieving test, field density using core cutter method, and lastly permeability test, that is to determine the coefficient of permeability using falling head method. The apparatus that I use to conduct all of this experiment are soil sample, metal tray, weighing balance, plastic container, set of sieve, cylindrical steel container, rubber mallet, ruler, water and plastic bottle. This is the content of this video. First, water content. I will show you the methodology of water content. For the water content, this is the apparatus. First, weighing balance. Second, metal tray. And soil sample. Clean and dry a metal tray and weigh it as M1. I use 3 trays, so you have to weigh it all. Take at least 3 samples. I have 1.75 kg, 1.9 kg and 1.5 kg. Next, place a wet soil in the tray, like this. After that, weigh the mass of soil plus metal tray and record it as M2. Expose the wet soil and metal tray for the air drying process. After 24 hours, this is the dry soil that I get. Next, weigh the dry soil and mark it as M3. Finding for the water content I got, average water content is 5.18. Second experiment is particle density. I will show you the video of this experiment. For particle density, the apparatus that I use is first weighing balance. Next is a soil sample. Other than that is water, and then plastic container, 3 plastic container that have different measuring. First, weigh the plastic container and label it as M1. After that, put some soil sample into the plastic container and weigh it as M2. Next, put some water until half of the container. After that, put the stopper on and leave it for 5 hours. This is what happened after 5 hours. Shake the sample well to make sure the soil mixed with water. After that, fill the container with water until full and then close the stopper. After that, weigh the soil sample and label it as M3. Fill with water until full. Lastly, weight the container plus water and label it as M4. While finding for the particle density, I got average particle density of soil is 1.84. Particle size grading and texture, I will show you the video of this experiment. For the particle size grading and texture, the apparatus is first sieve, 4 different size of sieve, and then weighing balance, then dry soil, and last metal tray. First, weigh the tray. After that, take at least 2 kg of dry soil. At the size of 0.5 cm. Then for the 0.3 cm sieve, after that weigh it. And lastly, for the 0.2 cm, okay, this is the last soil that I get, and then weigh it. Finding of this experiment is I use 12 milliliter of sieve, and the cumulative percentage spacing I got 5.65. For the 5 milliliter sieve opening size, I got 20.45. For the 3 milliliter size, I got 29.1. For the 2 millimeter sieve opening size, I got this field density. Now I will show you the video of this experiment. This is first steel container. I use three similar size of steel container. Next, weighing balance. After that is mallet. Other than that is ruler. First step is first weigh the steel container. Next, calculate the volume of each of the steel. Next, do the same to the other. Finding for the field density is, I got average dry density is 1.07. Lastly, permeability. I will show you the video of this experiment. For the permeability, the apparatus is first water bottle, 3 water bottle with the same size. Second, water. Third, soil, different type of soil. First, drill some small hole at the bottom of the bottle. Next, put soil at the plastic bottle. Make sure to put something at the bottom. Next, compact the soil using wooden pad. After that, level 4 mark point above the soil. Like this. After that, fill up water in the bottle up to the top. Leave it for a while until all the salt is fully saturated. Top up the water till it reach H1. Then start observing the time for the water to reach from H1 to H2, H2 to H3, and H3 to H4. After it finish, you have to do with the different types of soil. For the finding of the permeability test, the average coefficient of permeability I got 1.45 times 10 power of -4. The discussion of this experiment is, first, the average of the water content is 5.18. Second, the average of the particle density is 1.74. Third, the cumulative percentage spacing for the 12 mm sieve is 5.65. 5 mm sieve is 20.45. 3 mm is 29.1. And 2 mm is 39.9. Fourth, the average of dry density is 1.07. And lastly, the average coefficient of permeability is 1.45 times with 10 power of -4. The precautions that we have to alert on this experiment is, first, make sure the apparatus is clean and dry from any dirt before conduct the experiment. Second, make sure to read the weighing balance carefully to avoid any mistake when taking the measurement. Last, when we measure the time, make sure to measure it correctly for a better result. Conclusion of this experiment, I already achieved all of the objective of this experiment. Students can determine the right experiment for every fundamental concept that's stated in question. The results of this experiment depends on the types of soil used and how the experiment is being conducted. Thank you.